Hey there. So, double check, make sure I'm sharing my screen okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going over right now question 5 in the exercises, not in the quiz, in the exercises, um, because I think that this one, it's not actually that difficult, but the way that it's worded might be a little confusing, and some of you might have a little trouble seeing figuring out what exactly it is they're asking for. So, so let's go ahead and just go over that. So I've copy pasted the question and the query that they've given us that they want us to work with. And it says, using the following query as your starting point, rewrite the query. Okay. Or whoops. So it's actually originally a left join. Okay. So rewrite the query to use a right join and return the same result set minus the result set of an inner join without using the set operators or subqueries. Okay. So first, let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Okay, we're left joining table F, film alias is table F, with inventory alias is table I. Okay. This where title is regular expression. Don't worry too much about this use of regular expression. It's a little bit more complicated than what we usually do, but it basically returns just certain things that start with RA and have an I and an N in there, as you'll see when we run this query. All right, so you can see the RA. See, it's developed or return titles that have this follow this certain pattern. Okay. This is not really important to this actual lesson, so don't worry too much about this. Okay. So we see that it returns a left join. Okay, so it's returning the items from the film table that have these IDs. Okay, and because there are apparently some of these IDs are not present in the inventory table, we're left joining on the film table. So because they're not present in the inventory table, we've got some null values here. Okay. So let's see what happens first when we change this to a right join. All right. So it's the same values except minus the nulls, okay? Because everything that's present, we're switching it to now everything that's present in the inventory table for the film ID, all those IDs are actually present in the film table. So there's nothing missing, no null values that we're cutting out. So what it asks us here to do here is rewrite it as a right join. We just did that. We'll go back to left join in a minute. And return the same result set minus the result set of an inner join. Okay. So it's saying whatever's missing from, okay, first of all, let me just terminology check here. Result set is just a fancy way of saying whatever this query returns. Okay, so it's pulling a set, okay, just a set of data from two tables here, okay. So whatever a query returns, that's the set. Okay? So it wants minus, it's the same result set, okay, as the left join. I'll go ahead and change that back. Minus the result set of an inner join. Okay. So it wants everything here minus what you would get if you change this to an inner join. Okay, so let's change this to an inner join and see what's left. All right, so we've changed this to an inner join. We see that basically it just got rid of those two null values. So if we're returning the same result set minus the result set of an inner join, What that means is basically when we want to do a query that just returns nothing but those two null values. So what we can do here, first let's change this to a right join. Okay, that's the first thing it asks for. And then we can add a little bit to our where clause here that tells us to look for only null values. Okay, where, let's see, I dot inventory ID is null. Oops, and I forgot the and. All right, so let me go ahead and run that, and we're going to see that it doesn't return anything. Okay. The reason it doesn't return anything is that we've already, since we switched this to a right join, there are no null values present in that right join, and therefore there's no rows where the value for inventory ID is null. Okay. It's a little confusing, but really all we have to do then is basically, this is a right join. Okay, so all we have to do is flip this around and say, make the join condition, or excuse me, the first one inventory, and then right join that on film. Okay, by doing that, that'll get us that same result. Why you'd be wanting to do operations like this, I don't know. It's just the point of this exercise is really just getting you used to understanding the syntax. So I'm just reversing these. Okay, we're just switching it around so that we get those null values again. Okay, and we'll run this and hopefully that'll work. So there we go. We have nothing but those two values. It's the same as that result set of inner join minus, or excuse me, the result set minus the result set of an inner join. Okay, so in other words, everything that's not in the inner join, which is just those null values. All right, so that's it. Like I said, not really difficult solutions, but kind of a weird wording that I think possibly might be tripping some of you up. So hopefully this video helps. Over and out. Have a great weekend.